Welcome to my channel. This is JC Rock and Metal Reviews. My name is John. Today I have another anniversary review. It is the 50th anniversary of Fragile by Yes. So I put up a poll on my community tab not long ago. I asked you which albums I should do anniversary reviews for. This was one that got, I think, the most votes and probably my favorite Yes album. I've always been a fan of the song Roundabout and Long Distance Runaround, and I will be talking about all those songs in a moment. This album was released on November 26th, 1971. And the lineup is that classic lineup. It has John Anderson on vocals, Chris Squire on bass guitar, Bill Bruford on drums, Rick Wakeman on keys, and Steve Howe on guitar. And this is also the first album with Rick Wakeman. The album has a really great artwork by Roger Dean. He would go on to design, a lot of their other albums and many albums in like classic rock. And was a successful album. It reached number 4 in the US charts and 7 on the UK charts. So I'm not sure if there will be like a 50th anniversary reissue or box set. I do know there was a CD, DVD, and Blu-ray reissue. That was in 2015, and that was like a Steven Wilson remix. They had some like unreleased tracks, and there was another remasters in 2006. There was a Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab. That was the CD, and there was a 200-gram vinyl LP. That was by Analog Productions, but that's basically all I know. But let's talk about the songs. So some really great ones. The album starts out with Roundabout. So the song was written by John Anderson and Steve Howe. So the idea for the song came when the band was on tour and they were traveling. There were many of those like roundabouts or traffic circles. They were kind of like on the way. And this was a single, and Long Distance Runaround was the B-side. So the album version of the song is at 8 minutes and 29 seconds, and the single version was kind of cut down to 3 minutes and 27 seconds. The song starts out with that acoustic guitar passage, kind of uses those like harmonics, really a memorable little melody in the intro, and that goes into the main melody. So the song describes things that they were seeing when they were on the road. They say different things. There's like a line in the song, in around the lake mountains, come out of the sky, they stand there, Then there's the song is filled with like different guitar and keyboard parts. So there's even like a heavier rock guitar riff in the middle of the song, Then they start singing, along the drifting cloud, the eagle searching down on the land. And really awesome songs. I like the long version of this. That's the one I usually listen to. Track number 2, Cants and Brahms. It's an instrumental, just a classical music piece from Brahms' 4th Symphony in E minor, and just a short song, very less than 2 minutes long. Next is We Have Heaven, another short song, kind of just very repetitive lyrics and like these like layered vocals. So one part John Anderson sings like, tell the moon dog, tell the March hare, tell the moon dog, tell the March hare. And then there's like another like a vocal track, and they're singing like, we have heaven, something like that. I can't sing as good as he does, but anyway, that's like another kind of short song, and goes into the next one, South Side of the Sky. So this one supposedly, it's about a tragic polar expedition that ends in death, and it's really like the second long song. So it's another 8-minute song. Really cool like funk vibe, has a really great bass and really great guitar playing by Steve Howe. After about like the 2.5-minute mark, there's kind of like a softer piano interlude, and the song becomes very soft and quiet, and it goes on for a few minutes. Then the song picks up with the original melody, and it even sounds like towards the end of the song they play some of the tracks in reverse. So I thought that was pretty cool. Next is 5% for Nothing, another instrumental, and it's just like 38 seconds long, but it's just like this like free form like jazz, has like that like slap bass and the keyboards, and just a very short song. Next is Long Distance Runaround. So this is like the other song that was very recognizable. The lyrics were written by John Anderson, and supposedly this is about his experiences with like religious hypocrisy and like competition while he was being a young person growing up in northern England. He used to go to church on a regular basis. So anyway, Really great song. Really has a great melody and bass guitar sound, like and very catchy song, you know. And it's kind of like a consistent song, you know. It's not like really a complex. It's just one of those like stick in your head kind of very catchy songs. So, and that goes like directly into the next song, which is kind of strange. It's called The Fish. Then it has like the scientific name. It's like Schlinderia praematurus. I don't know if I pronounce that right, but that's actually like there's one part of the song where they actually like sing that like the fish name, the scientific name, and really hard to understand. You know, John Anderson sings in like a choir-like fashion. So basically, it's mostly an instrumental, but it's pretty cool. It's kind of like a little faster paced. It's almost like a continuation of Long Distance Runaround. You could almost say like those are two like song pairs, like one goes into the other, and they kind of go along well, and like both songs together are like 5 minutes. So after that, Mood for a Day, another instrumental. It's just like a guitar, really cool like flamenco guitar, just a short 3-minute song, really great playing by Steve Howe. Just an instrumental. And the last song is like the long epic song, Heart of the Sunrise. So they actually play this one live very often. It's the longest song, 11 minutes and 33 seconds. And it kind of starts out with like this heavy rock sound with like this like ascending and descending melodies, like something like that. And then it has like this like funky bass line coming in. And then like once like John Anderson starts singing, he doesn't start maybe like until like 4 minutes in. But he just like sings like very soft, and like the verses are very quiet. Then they do some like keyboard sections as the song progresses, and has some of the faster paced sections with like the funky bass line. Then like the slow parts, then there's some faster parts, and it kind of like keeps going back and forth. After now about 8 minutes, there's like another section of the song, has like a short piano interlude, and kind of still goes back and forth with like the faster and slower parts. And this kind of ends with a reprise of the We Have Heaven song, and that's it. That's how the album ends. So in conclusion, this is another great album, probably my favorite Yes album. There was something about the year 1971 where classic rock artists were putting out like their best work, and you know, this album is no exception. Yes actually put out 2 albums this year. Actually, the first one was in the beginning of the year, and I didn't actually get a chance to review that one. But anyway, really good album. If you're a newcomer to Yes, you know, there are 9 songs. The album's a good mix of different styles, you know, a lot of different things. Has the instrumentals, the long prog rock songs. It's a different type of album, you know. Take an album like Close to the Edge, for example, that has just like 3 long songs. That's an awesome album, by the way. Or another album like Tales from Topographic Oceans, which is basically like a very progressive and complex. It has like 4 songs, and I think that's like a double album. So on the vinyl, it was like 1 song on each side. And they were like 20-minute songs. But anyway, this is more of like an accessible Yes song, but it still has that classic sound. And it's before they moved into that more like commercial sound where they, in the 80s, with the 90125 and big generators. So that was kind of a different thing. But anyway, let me know in the comments what you thought of this album. So tomorrow I will be doing, I'm going to do a top 25 Metallica songs, something that Josh Keisha started. So I figure I won't do that tomorrow. Then gives me some more time to prepare my Mastodon ranking video, which I'll do on Thursday. So please remember, like, comment, subscribe, check out my other videos I have linked here, and see you all in the next one.